Welcome back to another tier list. I'm gonna try to get through this one a little bit quicker because I sort of realized last video that I made, I really dragged it on. It ended up being like 25 minutes long, which it should have never been 25 fucking minutes because there were only like 10 places that I was talking about. So I'm gonna try to get through this one a little bit quicker. This time we're doing drinks. I don't really drink soda anymore, but I used to drink a lot of soda. So I think I know just about most of these, and I mean, there's other drinks in here other than soda, but the vast majority is soda. But we're starting off with one that I actually haven't tried, which is Big Red. Maybe I did have it a very long time ago, but I don't know. So we're just not gonna go over that. Orange Crush. I used to drink Orange Crush a lot when I was a kid, but nowadays I don't really have a taste for it anymore. I mean, it's okay, but orange soda just generally is not all that great in my opinion. So I'm going to give it a D tier. Mountain Dew Code Red. Mountain Dew Code Red is the best of the Mountain Dews by far. The only one that really holds a candle to it is Baja Blast. And that one's really only like good because of how exclusive it is. You know, you can only get it at Taco Bell and sometimes at the store, but you know, not really. So I'll give Mountain Dew Code Red an S tier. I love the cherry flavor of it. It really complements the citrusness of the base Mountain Dew. Whereas base Mountain Dew is okay, I think. I don't think there's anything spectacular about Mountain Dew just on its own. It doesn't really taste like any citrus fruit in particular, which in some ways works to its advantage, but in other ways just kind of makes it boring. It's very sweet. It's almost too sweet in my opinion, but I'll give it a C tier, just, you know, because of how middle of the road it is. A&W Root Beer. I'm a big fan of root beer. I really like root beer. A&W, out of the ones that they have here, I think A&W is probably going to be the best one. A&W, I don't know. There's something about just the, you know, how nice it is. I don't really know how to describe root beer. There's with other sodas, I can accurately describe the flavors that I'm talking about, but with root beer, I don't really know what's in root beer, so I can't really describe as to why I think it's the best. It just is. Its flavor is very strong, but you know, it's not like overly acidic, I guess. Like Barks root beer is almost too acidic in my taste. That comes later though. I'll get to that in a minute. Sierra Mist, out of the lemon lime sodas, Sierra Mist is the worst one. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not the worst one. It might be the second worst one. I'll give it an E tier. Sierra Mist, lemon lime soda, lemon lime soda in general doesn't really do it for me. Just because it ends up just tasting like sugar water with, you know, like if you squeezed a lemon in there. That's what it tastes like to me. So not a fan. Monster Energy Drink. Aside from Rockstar, Monster is my least favorite energy drink. I'm a big fan of the Mountain Dew line of energy drinks. I'm a big fan of Bang. Rain is okay, but Monster, not a big fan. Don't like it really at all. It's just kind of sucks. I'll give it an E tier. I assume this is orange juice, and you know, I never go out of my way to get orange juice. I don't really get the hype around it. Orange juice with pulp is nice. I like a very pulpy orange juice when I do get orange juice, but I don't get it that often. Too acidic for me in many ways. It's just not my cup of tea. I'll give it a D. 7-Up. Okay, 7-Up is one of the better lemon lime sodas just because I think that they have one of the strongest tastes. You know, and the taste is actually like decent. But that said, it's still a lemon lime soda, so not all that great. But I'll give it a C ranking. Chocolate milk. I've never met anybody who doesn't like chocolate milk. I have met some people who have never had chocolate milk, which is kind of weird, but I think that if they had it, they would probably like it. I don't really go out of my way to get chocolate milk all that often, but when I do get it, I'm never disappointed, so I'll give it a B. Kool-Aid. So Kool-Aid, there's a lot of different flavors of Kool-Aid, but I think the only two that people really ever get is grape and cherry. And the grape flavor kind of sucks. Well, it really sucks, actually, as do most grape-flavored drinks. And most grape-flavored things in general. Whereas cherry is really nice, but I haven't had it in such a long time that I am hesitant to put it in A tier. Maybe if I had it again, I might be comfortable doing that. But until then, I'm just going to give it a B, because I don't know. Barq's root beer is probably one of the worst root beers. I still like it to an extent. I'll drink it, but I much prefer just about any other root beer that they have. The flavor in Barq's just really is not all that strong. Yeah, it's a C tier. Sprite Cranberry never had. Mellow Yellow never had. Fanta, I don't know what they mean by this because there's a lot of different types of Fanta. You've got Fanta Orange, you've got Fanta Strawberry, you've got Fanta Grape, you've got like Fanta Pineapple, I think. You've got a lot of different types of Fanta. So I don't know why they just have Fanta on here. That doesn't really mean anything. I mean, with Mountain Dew, they have like 4 different flavors. So I'm not sure why with Fanta they just left it at that. I guess I'll judge it based on my favorite Fanta, which is Fanta Strawberry, and I'll give it an A tier because of that. Milk. I'm very picky about milk. I don't really drink milk all that often, but when I do, the only type of milk that I can really stomach is grass-fed milk. I think it's a flavor thing more than a health thing, really. Because grass-fed milk like actually tastes good, whereas grain-fed milk tends to not taste very good at all. Even still, not a big milk drinker, but I'll give it a C tier. Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, motherfucker. Oh, hell yeah. I love me some Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is the one soda that I still will drink consistently. And by consistently, I mean maybe like once or twice a month. Because, like I said, not a big soda drinker. But Dr. Pepper is by far my favorite soda. And I'm not just saying that because of Steins Gate. And I'm not just saying that because of Germa 985. It is genuinely one of the best sodas. And I'm a little bit upset that they don't have the other flavor variants of Dr. Pepper on here that I could rank, such as Dr. Pepper Cherry, Dr. Pepper Vanilla, and of course the best one, Dr. Pepper Cherry Vanilla, which is an ultimate 10 out of 10. But since they just have Dr. Pepper on here, I'm going to go ahead and give it an S+. Best soda, 10 out of 10. No flaws with Dr. Pepper. I will kill anybody who doesn't like Dr. Pepper personally. I will show up at your house with, a gun, and you will die. It's as simple as that. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. All hail our new Dr. Pepper overlords. Gatorade. Gatorade is okay. It's, I don't know, fucking B tier, I guess. It's too sweet almost sometimes, but it's refreshing. It gives you those electrolytes. I like Powerade just about the same. They're basically the same in my book. I don't really differentiate them. Lemonade. What an odd fucking thing to have here. Just lemonade. Because lemonade really varies. Because I've had really shitty lemonades that I would put in like E tier, and I've had fucking amazing lemonades that I'd put in S tier. But I think for the most part, the majority of lemonades that I've had have been pretty solidly A tier. Because it's a little bit difficult to fuck up lemonade. I mean, the only way to really fuck up lemonade is to use too much water. It's almost impossible to use too many lemons, because I like a really sour lemonade. You can use too much sugar. I do prefer it light on the sugar, because, lemons already have some natural sugar in them. You just want a little bit of sugar to really bring out those flavors. So, I think a very lemony lemonade tends to be the most expensive as well, because lemons are the most expensive part of a lemonade, but it gives you the best flavor. So I'll give it an A. Coca-Cola. I like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola used to be my favorite soda for like a year or two when I was like in my early teens. Nowadays, not so big onto it. Big into it rather. I like it more than Pepsi. I'll give it an A tier. Mountain Dew Voltage. Mountain Dew Voltage is like, I don't know about Mountain Dew Voltage. I've only had it once or twice, but the times that I did have it, it was good. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't anything super exceptional. I'll give it a B. Mug Root Beer. Mug Root Beer is sort of the middle tier root beer out of the three that we've seen thus far. So I'm going to give it a B tier. P. You gotta give P an S plus. Pepsi. Pepsi is a C tier. Now, if we're talking, there's an interesting dichotomy between CocaCola and Pepsi. And when I say that, I'm not just referring to the fact that they are in fact rivals. I'm more referring to the cherry variants of these two. So Coca-Cola on its own, I think, is better than just standard Pepsi. But if we're talking about the cherry variants, I think that Pepsi Wild Cherry is leagues better than Coca-Cola Cherry. I don't know why that is. It might just be that the extra sweetness of Pepsi complements the cherry flavor a little bit better than the more savory Coca-Cola does. But Pepsi on its own is a C tier. Pepto-Bismol. Pepto-Bismol, it's not really a beverage, is it? I mean, I'd rather drink it than Sierra Mist, so I guess I'll give it a D tier. Pib Extra. Pib Extra's okay, I guess. I'll give it a C tier. I think there used to be just something called Mr. Pibb, and then they reformulated it as Pib Extra, and apparently Mr. Pibb was better. I don't know if this is true or not. This is what my older relatives have told me. So take that with a grain of salt, but from what I've had of it, it was C tier. Sprite, I can't stand Sprite one bit. It's fucking nasty. It's the most popular lemon lime soda, but it is by far the worst tasting lemon lime soda. It's just gross. I don't like it very much. Mountain Dew Baja Blast, on the other hand, is really good. It's not as good as Code Red, and I think it sort of has that McRib value to it, where you can only get it at fucking Taco Bell, so you do have that exclusivity factor. But even regardless, it's still a pretty good soda. I'll give it an A. Capri Sun is fucking child tier. Water's an S tier. Water's what I drink nowadays. I'm not gonna give it an S plus tier like Dr. Pepper because the flavor's not there. But it's what I drink. It's refreshing. It's clean, and it makes you feel really good when you drink it. That's the one thing that I really like about water, is how good it makes you feel. Don't let anybody tell you not to drink water. Yoo-hoo is a chocolate drink, a chocolate beverage. It is not chocolate milk, unlike many people think. It is in fact just chocolate water, but it tastes really nice. So I'm gonna give it a B tier. And I think that was the last one. So yeah, here's my ranking. If you disagree with this, I will shoot you. This is objectively correct, and if anybody disagrees with this, like I said, you should probably start formulating a will, because your days are limited.